Last week, the second Sunday of Easter, we heard in our readings from 1 Peter, although you have not seen him, you love him. And even though you do not see him now, you believe in him and rejoice with an indescribable and glorious joy. For you are receiving the outcome of your faith, the salvation of your soul. Today, we hear that lesson reinforced to comfort us that we are not alone. Today, we have a primary example of others being immersed in their own thoughts and reminiscences and not seeing the bigger picture. Our gospel text from Luke bids us to look deeply at ourselves. We have Cleopas and a friend, two of Jesus' followers, returning to Emmaus. We know that the subject of Jesus' death dominated their conversation and that they were discouraged and dismayed. They had heard stories told that he would be crucified and would rise again. But in their grief at the events, they'd forgotten the ending. The ending that had foretold and was locked in the first part of the story. The men were losing hope. And as they walked along, they were joined by a stranger, the incognito Jesus. That was nothing out of the ordinary. Strangers often attach themselves to groups, safety in numbers and all that. The stranger joined in their conversation. He asked what they were talking about, and they were surprised. If this man had been in Jerusalem, how come he didn't know what they were talking about? It was on everyone's lips. It was the talk of the town. They told him what had happened during the last few days and how the hopes and dreams of many had been dashed. We had hoped that he was crucified. The road was 7 miles long, which gave plenty of time to dwell with the hopelessness and helplessness that they felt. They were hurting. For years they'd listened and followed a man, and now their dreams were shattered. And when you're hurting so badly and are in so much pain, you really do not listen to your heart. Nothing hurts quite so much as the shattered hopes and dreams. This resurrection story is for all of us, the rank and file followers of Jesus Christ. A story that will guide us in the knowledge that we're not alone and gives comfort that God is and will be with us for always. When we're hurting, we may feel alone, but we're not alone. This account gives us clues as to how and when the hidden Christ is revealed to us. It gives us clues to the mystery. When Jesus was walking beside them, they were unaware of his presence. They only came to recognize his presence in the breaking of the bread. And once their eyes were opened and they thought they could hold on to his presence, in an instant, he vanished from their sight. In 2,000 years, not much has changed. We, like the two disciples, are left to ponder and reflect on our own unexpected encounters with God along the road. And you know the road to Emmaus can be any place where we go to escape from any of our problems. Maybe you go to the movies or to a party. Maybe you go back to bed. Maybe you go out to the shops for shopping therapy. But maybe it's by coming to church. Emmaus is anywhere we go to make ourselves forget. Have we known Jesus walking with us at these times? How many of us may say, I've never been aware of God with me, or God has always been silent to me? How many of us only recognize his presence in the breaking of the bread? In our times of greatest pain, in our walk to Emmaus, Jesus walks with us, patiently walks with us, waiting for us to open our eyes to see and hear him. Maybe you come to church to experience God in the liturgy or sacred space because you think he only lives here. God is with us all the time, transforming us. Maybe you only look for God during times of pain. However, he's also with us in times of happiness. Share your good times with him. So when might you know how God is revealed to us? How do we know when God has walked with us or is talking to us? We can get some clues of when it might happen from today's passage. The two men were walking on the road to Emmaus. Often when we're out walking or exercising at the gym, this can be an alone time, a time of solitude, and a time when we can meditate. We are alone. Jesus may reveal himself to you. The two men were talking and discussing the events that had been taking place. Sitting with your family and friends, sharing your stories, Jesus may reveal himself to you. They were listening to each other and then to the stranger when he joined them. Listen to others, and maybe their message is for you. Jesus may reveal himself to you. The two men were friends. We cannot exist alone. We need the company of friends and family and the interaction with others. We may make new and deeper friendships by taking part in a ministry here at the church. During such times, Jesus may reveal himself to you. They invited him to stay with them as it was nearly evening. Jesus reveals himself to you in your hospitality to strangers. And in your time of prayer, don't do all the talking. Take a breather. Sit silently and give space for God to reveal himself to you. In the creation all around us, Jesus reveals himself. In nature, in the sunrise, in the sunset, in trees and flowers, in a walk at the beach, in sounds of birds, in the warning of a car horn. He's with us. Do we recognize him and give thanks for his presence? Reflect on the meaning of things that have taken place. Faith does not require visible proof, and memory can prompt hope. The risen Lord is with us on our journey. He is with us during the good periods of life when we celebrate. He is with us in our darkest moments when we grieve. The risen Lord is with us at times when we need solace and when we need strength. We need to open our eyes to see and recognize that he is with us. We need to feel and know the transforming power of God's love. Be assured we are not alone, as God walks with us always. Amen.